In a serene village nestled between misty mountains and a sparkling river, there lived a wise Zen master named Hoshin. Known for his profound teachings and simple yet powerful lessons, Master Hoshin attracted many eager students who sought enlightenment and understanding of themselves. One day, as the sun painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, Master Hoshin gathered his 20 students beneath a large cherry blossom tree. The air was thick with anticipation, for the students were always ready for the master's next lesson. Master Hoshin looked at each of them with a serene smile as he began to speak. "Today, we shall embark on a journey," he proclaimed, his voice calm and steady. "I wish for you all to explore the depths of your feelings, both affections and aversions." The students raised their eyebrows in curiosity. The master continued, "I ask each of you to write down the name of the person you most hate, and then the name of the person you love the most." With pens in hand, they scribbled their thoughts on scraps of parchment, each absorbed in the intensity of their emotions. After a while, they handed their papers to Master Hoshin. He collected them silently, his expression unchanged. Once he had the papers, he told them to sit in silence, each contemplating what they had written. The atmosphere was thick with tension. Minds churned with memories of hurt and joy. After a moment, the master began reading aloud the names written on each piece of paper, one by one. As he pronounced the names of those whom they hated and loved, he noticed a tapestry of emotions gracing their faces: confusion, realization, and even pain. As the last name echoed in the air, he looked at his students and asked, "What do these names have in common?" They stared at him, perplexed, unsure of what he meant. "Each of these names is connected through a single thread," he continued. "That thread is your own heart. To love is to open oneself to joy, and to hate is to reveal hurt. In truth, these feelings are reflections of your own existence." The students shared glances, beginning to understand Hoshin's lesson but hesitant to accept the emotional weight that accompanied it. They shrugged it off initially, thinking it couldn't be that simple. But the master was patient, allowing the wisdom to sink deep within their hearts. "Let us consider this further," Hoshin then suggested, inviting them to meditate in silence on what had transpired. And so they did. Eyes closed, the students turned inward, letting the names float like leaves upon the river of their minds. Minutes passed, and slowly the students began perceiving their feelings with greater clarity. They reflected on the lives of those they had written, the ones they loved and those who induced resentment. They realized that their love for some was born from shared experiences, compassion, and joy. On the other hand, the faces behind the names of hatred often represented misunderstandings, past grievances, or a stark contrast to their own values. When the meditation came to an end, the master observed a shift in the energy among his students. Eyes that were once filled with stormy seas of emotion now sparkled with the glimmer of understanding. "What have you discovered?" he asked. One student, named Ren, finally spoke up. "I think I see it now, Master. The person I wrote about who I hate, they remind me of my own weaknesses, my fear of failure. It's like they shine a light on all the things I dislike about myself." Master Hoshin nodded appreciatively. "Exactly. You cannot progress if you refuse to acknowledge parts of your own self. Your dislikes mirror choices, traits, and experiences you may not fully accept within yourself. They are teachers, just as those you love reflect your hopes and aspirations." Other students began to share their revelations. Kira, a gentle soul, expressed, "The person I love signifies kindness and patience. They embody qualities I admire but struggle to cultivate in myself. Conversely, the one I hate portrays the harshness I sometimes feel when I confront the flaws in others." As one voice inspired the next, a beautiful tapestry of recognition emerged. Master Hoshin breathed in the warmth of communal learning as his students grew. Through their reflections, they began to recognize that each name on their lists was not merely a reflection of other individuals, but aspects of their own journey. "Love and hatred," he interjected, "are two sides of the same coin. Both are forms of attachment, emotional responses that arise within you. When we learn to observe our feelings without judgment, we discover that our hearts possess an infinite capacity for understanding, compassion, and ultimately, change." As the day stretched on and the sun descended beyond the mountains, Master Hoshin guided his students to a nearby riverbank. They gathered pebbles from the riverbed, each choosing one that resonated with their newfound understanding, a representation of their lessons that day. Master Hoshin instructed them to toss the pebbles into the river, whispering their feelings of hatred as they did so. One by one, they released their burdens into the flowing current. With each splash, they felt lighter. The water carried away their resentment, leaving peace in its wake. Afterward, Hoshin invited his students to select a flower from the cherry blossom tree, each one a symbol of love, growth, and potential. These blossoms are fragile yet resilient. They bloom beautifully against the backdrop of adversity. Let them remind you that love, like these flowers, requires nurturing. It thrives on acceptance and understanding. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden hue over the village, Master Hoshin gathered his students around him. May you return to your lives with these insights. Remember, every individual you encounter, whether in love or in aversion, holds a mirror to your own soul. Allow your experiences, whether uplifting or challenging, to guide you towards self-discovery and improvement. The students nodded, a wave of gratitude swelling in their hearts. With their spirits ignited and eyes gleaming with enlightenment, they parted ways, carrying with them the sparks of wisdom. Each step they took echoed the lessons learned under the cherry blossom tree, a testament to their journey of self-growth. In the quiet of the night, Master Hoshin sat beneath the stars, reflecting on the day's teachings. He knew each of his students would continue to face challenges, with emotions ebbing and flowing like the river. Yet, he was confident they would return to the lessons of love and understanding, knowing that within them lay the potential for greatness and transformation. Each journey begins with a single step, a bit of courage to look inward, to embrace the multitudes within. Each name holds a story. Each emotion unravels a path to self-discovery. The struggles we face will teach us profound lessons, making room for growth, acceptance, and ultimately, love. As you reflect upon this story, understand that every experience you have, good and bad, is an opportunity for learning. Let it remind you that your feelings are valid, but they also serve as stepping stones toward enlightenment. Embrace your journey with compassion, both for yourself and others. For in doing so, you will cultivate a beautiful garden of understanding and love within, nurturing the delicate blossoms of your spirit.